David, can you tell us about Justin Ring, why you didn't play today?
It was a disciplinary reason. It was a coach's decision, and we'll keep that internal.
He said he was shocked that you did.
It was my decision, and it's internal.
It's just a one-game thing, a one-week thing?
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Did it stem from a team meeting, a disagreement in a team meeting?
Let's keep that internal.
David, after how much you talked about eliminating penalties that are short, how disappointed were you with Russ Blacklock and what he did there?
Well, very disappointed. We talked about not having critical penalties, but that, it's part of it when you're playing, and he plays hard all the time, and obviously he's had some of those type of penalties, and he's just got to get better at that.
With the team decisions with Justin Reed, Desmond King, Zach Cunningham earlier in the year, what point do you see people are
Anytime we have disciplinary reasons like that, it's always internal.
Does it concern you that you got 3 players, all starters, all defensive players that you've had to discipline and miss game time for?
No, not at all.
What's the message you hope the rest of the team learns from a guy that's kind of high status being suspended for a game?
Well, we have rules, and when the rules are broken, and we make decisions on those, we do those. It doesn't matter who it is.
Coach, what happened to the lack of ball movement in the second half?
We just didn't play very well consistently offensively. We weren't able to. We had a couple of sacks right there, actually early, and we just weren't able to consistently keep the ball moving. I just got to look at the video just to see exactly what happened on that.
Well, you talked a lot about consistency and about how it frustrates you. Last week, you guys get this great win in Tennessee. This week, losing to the Jets. How frustrating is that inconsistency?
Well, it's frustrating to any of them. We didn't play well in the second half to do that, and we've had that same thing happen last week, but we were able to hold on. We just got to keep working on it. We look at the video, keep evaluating everything we do, and get it corrected.
David, what went into the decision to put Tyus Howard at left tackle, and how did you feel that went today?
Just we felt like that was the best matchup for us this week with who they were playing at the end, and we felt like that Titus would be better outside than inside.
Is that something you think will be consistent?
Well, it's been weekly to weekly. It depends on the matchups we got, and once we get some of our guys back again, then we'll be able to keep him inside. But right now, we felt like he gave us the best matchup outside to play tackle.
What makes, as a young player, what is it about him that makes you comfortable with the idea that you can move around kind of week to week and you don't stunt his development?
Titus is a very, very intelligent football player. He can play multiple positions. He's got very good football instincts. He's shown that he can go inside and outside and go left and go right. And obviously, he's a pretty good player, and we're able to do that with him.
David, the defense started off really well, then gave up 2 touchdowns and a field goal consecutively. What happened? What did they change to all of a sudden start working?
Well, I think, too, they got a little momentum because we basically kind of stalled a little bit offensively, and, they felt like they got a little momentum going right there. They were executing pretty well, but, I think if we're able to stay on the field a little bit more on offense and get them off the field a little bit more, better things would happen.
What do you think about your run defense? They had 157 yards.
Well, that's not good enough. That's not good enough.
Maybe the last 3 games, the second half, you guys haven't had as much production offensively in the first. What's kind of the guiding thing between those things?
Well, again, inconsistency. We've had some penalties. We've had some sacks. We've had some missed assignments. It's gotten minimum. The good thing about it is we haven't been turning it over is the big thing about that. But we just got to get more consistent with just doing the things consistently that we need to do in order to stay on the field, and we're not doing that yet.
David, with the inconsistencies of offense, the struggles you guys have had, you have an offensive background, you consider taking over play calling duties or making a change?
No, Tim is my play caller, and he'll stay the play caller. I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Late in the game, they went for it on 4th down. How frustrating is that for your defense not to be able to stop them and get off the field?
Well, it was a 4th and short, and, if that was us on the other side, we'd feel like we'd get that first down also, too, in that situation. But I thought they did a good job. They went for it, they got it, and that's part of it.
David, what is the message to the team? You had a big win last week and you weren't able to do it, and now kind of where do you go from here?
We go from week to week. The only thing that matters is the next game. The next game, I believe, is the Colts, and we're just looking to go out and try to get things switched around again and get the win against the Colts.
There was a time in the game you switched Lonnie Johnson in. What kind of brought that decision, and how did you play through that?
Well, we were going to give Lonnie some reps, and he hadn't had as many since he's been there. He's a little bit more comfortable now. He knows exactly more about what we're doing, and it was just in the rotation.
You had a couple of chances in the game to throw deep, and that's what allowed y'all to get there and take those shots.
Well, they allowed us to be able to do that at that time, and then those opportunities wasn't there later on. We just didn't have the opportunity to be able to do that.
Thank you, Coach.
Got it.
Yeah, we just didn't execute. We did a pretty good job in that first half, putting some drives together and really marching the ball down the field. And in the second half, we struggled to do that. And converting on third down, doing a good job on first and second. Getting to that third and short opportunities, we just didn't do that.
As we prepared on some of these plays, did you get a sense that they were ready for anything that was going on?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the first part?
It seemed like they were there, like with the screen attempt at the beginning, and then some of it getting in the backfield. Did you get a sense that some things just they were there?
Yeah, they were. They were playing. They're flying around. They were everywhere, playing. Very physical, and like I said, we got to execute. And if we don't do that, if we're not, good on the little details, it's going to feel like that. It's going to feel like they're flying around. They're in your face, every single time. And so, really, it just comes down to execution. Yeah, losing is always frustrating, for sure. And so we're just going to have to go back, look at the film, make corrections, and, do our best to not do those mistakes the second time and to keep moving forward. That's what we got to do, keep fighting, keep moving forward, and getting better.
On the last third, maybe not the last, but that third and one y'all were trying to get that run, did y'all expect to catch them off there? Take us through that play.
Yeah, we're just trying to get a first down pretty quickly there because we're in a tempo format, and so I was just trying to get the ball, get the first down. They made a good play, and go back, look at it, see if I could have done something different to convert there.
We got 5 sacks today. What in protection did you sense was kind of a difficult thing with them today?
Yeah, I mean they're physical front. They move guys around pretty good, give you different looks, and we knew going in that's something that they do, and so you try to stop them from getting going, and at times we didn't do that. We didn't get Tyrod enough time, and because when we do, our offense really gets clicking, gets moving. So hopefully we can look at that and make some changes.
With the team disciplinary decisions with Zach Cunningham, Desmond King, now Justin Reed, what's the message to the players when you see that happen?
Yeah, I don't want to, comment specifically on that. Anytime we have something like that kind of goes through coaches or whatever. But any discipline thing, we try to correct and try to fix.
Good. Thanks.
Yeah, didn't execute on third down. Didn't execute in general, early downs as well too. And you put yourself in third and long in certain situations. Those are hard to come by. But just the flow wasn't right in the second half, and we have to be better at that moving forward.
The second to final drive, what was kind of y'all's plan going into that? And could you take us through what worked and didn't?
Yeah. Well, we had an opportunity on a read play. Defense gave a tough look. Ended up not getting the yardage that we needed on that one. But obviously the plan was to go into get the first down and then go into a hurry up mode or 2-minute mode, say, and just didn't execute how we needed to, and it didn't work out for us.
You said the flow wasn't right. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I think that boils down to execution. Like I said, it's just us not executing. If you look at the first half, the flow of the game was in our favor. We were executing, hitting our chunk plays, doing what we needed to do in the run game. But we didn't, like I said, we didn't do that in the second half.
They just lost any more painful because it was winnable.
Oh, they're all painful. Obviously disappointed. Anytime you don't come out on the winning end, but it's something that we have to learn from. We have to watch the film with a critical eye, like always, and move forward to the next game.
What's the difference to stop the momentum?
Those guys, obviously, coming in, you were talking about
Yeah,
how.
we knew going into this game. Their guys up front done a great job of rushing the passer and being stout against the run, and they did that today. Hats off to those guys. They competed well. Obviously, they came away with the win. Just something that we have to go back, clean up where we could have been better, and keep moving forward.
You know, getting those passes on the outside, that last one to Collins, just what kind of goes into those, and why those aren't really converting recently?
It's a one-on-one matchup. We like those opportunities. We just we have to win on those. Point blank.
Being one of the leaders on this team, how hard was it to lose Justin Reed, the defensive leader on the other side of the ball?
It's always tough, but Coach said from day one that we'll hold everybody accountable for their actions, and he made a decision. As a team, we support our coaches and our leadership decisions, and we continue to keep moving forward.
All set. You guys had a couple of chances to go deep in the first half. What led y'all to be able to do that? How did that get taken away as the game went on?
The guys done a good job of competing down the field and making plays. Like I said, we were able to execute those early on. Like I said, the second half of the game, those opportunities didn't present themselves. Obviously, you like to call those as you get things flowing with the drive, and just wasn't able to continue to keep a drive alive. We had an opportunity on the one at our scramble, but then negative yardage on the next play. But just something that we have to clean up and be better at moving forward.
Last one.
You were sacked quite a bit today. You weren't in the last game. What would you say was different?
Like I said, we knew those guys could rush the passer. Ton of talent up front. Hats off to the guys that battled up front on our end. They competed their butts off. Just didn't come away with the win today.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. God bless.
In the second half, and then had a long drive and just keep y'all back.
Yeah, they a lot of big plays in the run game, fits and stuff. Basically, just getting out on the perimeter, getting their big guys on our little guys, and just playing a numbers game. I think they executed that pretty well. We had our moments where we started, we just weren't consistent enough to knock that out.
How disappointing is it to come off a really big win last week and then not be able to follow it up kind of here at home against the guys we're
Right. It just showed you that nobody cared about what you did last week. Any given Sunday, we just got to go out there and treat all our opponents the same respect that we did with Tennessee as well, and just finish. No matter what, we had a chance to finish the game out. We just got to do it.
So you guys didn't treat them with the same sort of?
No, I'm not saying that. It's just an aspect of when you got to finish a team. Of course, the record might not say the best. Say the same thing as Tennessee's, but at the same time, they still in the NFL like we are. So you got to treat them the same way you would treat Tennessee or any top team in the NFL. So hats off to them.
What do you think about Zach Wilson?
He's a young guy. I can tell he was banged up out there a little bit, but he got, like I said, he got all the mechanics and intangibles and stuff to be a good quarterback. He's just young. Got to get through the growing pains, but hit the panic button on him. He has made some mistakes, but that's not my choice to keep him at that quarterback position. So I'm letting him make that decision.
Those fourth downs that they converted late in the game, how tough is that for you guys in the defense, and what did you see them do?
Can't happen. It just can't happen. No excuse, none of that. It just can't happen. That's inexcusable. Go ahead. Sorry, you was on.
You all were putting a lot of pressure on Zach, and then they switched up to the running game. What happened when they started to rush the ball more on you all?
Yeah, they just knew that we got guys. When they get in those predictable situations, that they know we were going to try to tee off and get off the ball. But at the same time, we got to know that what's coming behind that. We just got to be more sound and more understanding of the game plan, understand situation football, and get better in that aspect. So things that we got to clean up on ourselves. It just shows up week in, weekend. So we just got to continue to just build upon them.
What was your reaction to the coach's decision with Justin Reed and the message that you hear from that?
Yeah, shoot. Coach tell us whatever's going on. He held everybody accountable from day one. So whatever decision he go with, we're going to stick with it. So I ain't got too much to say about that one.
Jonathan, how disappointing was it? You played the 2 games, they were missing their leading rusher to give up 157 yards.
It can't happen. Inexcusable.
All set?
Appreciate it.
What was that? I'm sorry.
What was it about the Jets running game that picked up as the game went on?
I don't know. We gotta look at the film. I can't really talk on that right now.
How disappointing is it to win a game like you did last week instead of building on it to win this one?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, super disappointing. I thought for sure we all had a pretty good game plan. You know, we started out pretty hot. Just got to finish. I mean, it's been the same thing all year. Our ability to finish is just not there.
What about the run defense? You played really well the last 2 games. They looked like 57 today.
Like I said, I don't know. We got to look at. You know, we shall be better. We're not proud of that. I think we pride ourselves on run defense for sure. So to give that up is real disappointing.
What's missing is the ability to finish. What's missing?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just not there. We got to finish. It's the only thing.
Do you think you're going to get that day?
Huh?
Do you think you're going to be able to put it in?
Yeah. Like you saying, like, do I think I should have got it? No, I think the way I just hit the ground, it just came out. Yeah, I need that one, though. I need that.
How frustrating was it not to be able to get off the field on those 4th downs that they converted?
Yeah, you know, they had a good game plan for our 4th down, you know, so, I mean, I feel like actually they got that one and then they tried again and we came out the field, so we just kept fighting.
How tough is that to say that it's tough, your ability to finish is not there? Here you are 12 weeks into the season. You're still looking for that intangible, if you will.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just, you know, game after game, we get put in these positions and I don't know. We just can't finish, so we got to figure it out.
All set? All right. Thank you.